All right, good afternoon, bowling fans. This is Dan Castle. We are here again at Ryan's Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts for Class B South ACST action, Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. We got a great match coming up today with two very evenly matched bowlers, both of whom have winning records so far this season. Ryan Preus is here visiting James O'Brien. If they want to go up and say hello to the camera before we start, then we can get going. All right, we're both in red shirts today. Ryan on the left, James on the right. And gentlemen, good luck. Knock some pins down, put us a good show on for us. And we're off to the races. Ryan's going to go first. He's a visiting bowler. And this will be a 5-game match, as always in the ACST. We'll go 5 boxes at a time, starting on lane 21 and then going to lane 22 for the second half of each game. And the bowlers will trade places every 5 boxes. And we are ready to roll here. Ryan's going to start us out. And we're underway with a ball on a 3-pin. And Ryan leaves the 1-7 for his leave. Sorry, just doing some technical stuff. And Ryan through the hole, no spare there. And that will be an 8-box to start this match. Preus is open in the first. All right, we can be seen now. And I'm tracking head pins and splits for our statistics. Ryan Preus in his second. Nice back door there, as James just said. With a ball on a 3-pin that took out everything but the head pin. Greg Packer is back. And there's the first spare of the match. Goes to Ryan. The spare in a second. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Greg, tell me my sound, please. And 18 in a ball in the second box. Already picked up some viewers here. This morning's match. Ashley Breton and Gerard Horgan. We've got a lot of viewers on the recording so far. It's only been a couple hours, or less than an hour. All right, Ryan Preus on the head pin, puts down 8 in the fill. That gives him 26 through 2. All right, thank you, Greg. We've had some on and off audio issues, which I can't tell because I don't have a way to monitor it here. Just like when I was on the radio, if I had dead air or didn't know if anybody's listening or not. All right, Preus with a nice 10-box, 36 through 3. All right, so good start for Ryan. 6 pins over a par level of 30. Ryan carries a 106.4 average in his standing so far. He's at 53 and 45 in points. And ball on the 3-pin leaves him a Millis 8. That's the 8 drop. It's a 1-2 is the left. Spare opportunity. Nothing fancy to do here. But that. And that's Ryan's second spare of the game. Yeah, in the earlier match, Greg, I can see when people join the chat, or as I call it, our online party during the matches. And so usually we try to greet them. We know most of them. Ryan, nice pocket shot. And that's a 9 fill. Good start. 55 through 4. And single pin spare opportunity. Just a 7 up there. Some tricky wood. Looks straightforward, but he's got to be careful not to hit the wrong side. And a spare attempt, and he's got it. So 3 out of 5 spares for Preus. It's on the head pin 3 times, and he's got a great start here. 65 plus a ball with to start the first half. But he needs it because O'Brien is a beast on the lanes. He throws some big games here. I've seen him get some really big hits, and you don't want to give him any quarter here. So James O'Brien with a 109 average, a 48 and 36 record, is up and starts on the 2-pin and takes down 5, leaves 5. 4 horsemen plus a 5-pin. James O'Brien from Attleboro, Massachusetts, originally from Natick. Went to high school with Doug Flutie. My ex-wife and 2 of my kids all graduated from Natick High. Actually, graduated with my ex-sister-in-law. And that is an open box for James. And a 9. All right. James throwing a nice 30-mile-an-hour ball here, or better. You can't leave to watch Paul Grant. Come on now. All right, James on a 3-pin, leaves a 4 horseman plus a triangle in the back. Tough spare. You really have 2 leaves here. And he's got a good bid on it. Played on the right side of the head pin, leaves the 2 and the 7, but got that whole triangle out. And James with a 10 box. 19 through 2. All right, box 3. James is just off the head pin on a 3. It's got a 3 and 2 variant, 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10. All right, and no spare in the 3rd. Still has 3 up. Oh, I'm sure he did, Greg. Paul and I used to be teammates years ago. We used to bowl together. All right, and that's a 9. All right, 28 through 3. Ryan off to an early 8-pin lead in completed boxes. Now James is up against a 19 and a spare that's still open. And James can get quite animated on the lanes. We've seen that before. He went to the 4-pin. He was not happy about that. He's got the double row here. A 1-3 hit could take that. He's in there. 2 full. And another open box. Oh, thanks for saying that, Greg. Good afternoon, Ben. And a nice 9 box by James. He's pinning out great. All 9s and 10s. 37 through 4. Ryan's off to a nice early lead. And box 5. Catches the pocket, a little light on the head pin. So that will be his first head pin hit. I'm going to call that a split. Yeah, the machine does too. So 5, 7, 8, 10. Can he make it go? Gets everything, but he's got it. Got it. Late falling 7-pin. A lot of action there. And that finishes our first half of game 1, and Ryan Preus is a 65 in a ball. James O'Brien at 47 in a ball. So both bowlers on fills. Advantage Ryan at the moment. And on the fill for Ryan. Nice head pin hit. Look at that. 6 in the fill. And he closes with a 71 half. Nothing wrong with that. But this is a tough lead. He's got the 4, 5, 7, 8. All right, and that will be an open box in the 6. Right now he can afford that. And that's an 8 box. So Preus has 79 in the 6th box. All right, we're coming into box 7. Ryan's also throwing a 30-mile-an-hour ball here. Beth, I'm okay in this lane?
No, we got 18 to 19.
Okay.
Not near you guys.
Okay, good. Just checking. I'm sitting at the table behind 20, so it's easier to see the pins from an angle for me. All right, Ryan put down 4 in the first. And no spare. He hit it right where he wanted to, but it didn't go. So still has 4 pins standing. The 3, 6, 9, 10 are still standing. All right, that's a 9-box for Ryan. 88 through 7. Yeah, you guys are okay there? It's easier for me to see the pins if I'm at a little bit of an angle, so I like to set the side table. Okay. 88 through 7 for Ryan Preus, coming into box 8 in game 1. And a nice pocket shot for Ryan. Leaves the 3-5. Pins to pick up for a mark, and he's got him nice and clean. And that's his 4th mark of this string. Preus is at 98 and a ball in box 8. So he's going to be on the fill here. Definitely putting down the gauntlet to O'Brien to start. So for the fill, nice ball, but a little full. 6 in the fill, puts him at 104. In the 8th box, and he's got the banana split, we call that. 4, 6, 7, 10 split. I like that wood by the 4, though. That could help. Danny Corbett, good to see you again. Oh, trying to ride it off that wood. Nice try. He just picks up the 4, though, so it's 3 pins left. And caps the wood for a 7-box. 111 through 9 for Preus. Could get a 130 with a big mark here. So he's off to the races big time here. All right. We got some viewers here. Box 10, Preus in the pocket nicely. Spare leaf here, the 2, 4, 5 triangle. Triangles are difficult sometimes, but he's got a shot at it. Got a lot of open bowlers here, some birthday parties, a lot of stuff going on today. Preus is in there and hits it in the right spot, but the 5 pin stayed up, so he's got an open box in box 10, but he's at 120 right now. Not bad. 106 average, remember. And that's a 9-box, so exactly 120 for Ryan Preus for game 1. Good start. All right, Dad, go ahead. All right, James coming up. He's at 47 in a ball. So if he gets... needs a lot of pins here. So let's start with a fill to close out box 5. O'Brien on a fill. In the pocket on the left. Puts down 7, maybe 8. Not going to work. So 7 in the fill, and he closes the first half with 54 to Ryan's 71 half. He's on the triangle and gets a spare. Nice spare, 2 in a row for James O'Brien. That's how he's got to come back here. Ryan only had 1 spare in the second half, so that 120 actually had a 49 second half. So James has a shot here. Starting box on the fill, that's 6. And he's at 70. He's down 9 pins. And completed. 4 horsemen right, 1, 3, 6, 10. And James is off to the right, leaves a head pin. All right. Getting a lot of viewership here, so I like that. And of course, we see a lot more on the recordings. This will be posted to YouTube later, too. O'Brien for the 10, gets it all over that head pin, 80 through 7. He's down 8 pins in completed boxes, but he's up against a spare 6 in the next, so James needs to pick up 41 pins in 3 boxes. That's at least 1 mark. Okay, off to the 2 pin, the 1, 3, 7, 10. Lots of wood. Okay, here we go. That wood could be helpful. We'll see. Oh, nice try. He split that 1-3 beautifully, but it didn't cover the 7-10, so an open box in box 8 for James O'Brien. And he's got the 10. Plays the 10 off the wall for 90 through 8. He's down 14 pins in completed boxes. Needs 30 to tie, 31 to win. A strike would be great here, but he needs at least one spare. First ball in the 9th, all over the head pin. All right, a 6-7-10 split. The wood's a little flat in front of the 6, but he might be able to deflect off of it over to the 7. So he's trying to do, and the 7's wiggling, and there it goes. Spare in the 9th by O'Brien. A beautiful shot on that split. So he's at 100. Needs a big fill, preferably another mark. But it's going to be a tight one. James is in the pocket. 6 in the fill. He deserved more than that. He put it on a 1-3. 106. He's down 5 pins now. And he needs a spare 4 to tie, a spare 5 to win. Tough spare here. Good bid on it. Took out the triangle only. That will give the first 2 points to Ryan Preus. One more pin to go, but it's a close one. Zach Corbett. And $10. O'Brien with a 116. 120 to 116 in the first string. Ryan Preus has the first 2 points of the match. We're correcting that. So there we go. 4-point total difference in that first string. Beautifully played by both bowlers. So we're off to a good match here. And everybody, thanks for joining us. Dan Castle here again at Ryan's Family Amusements with the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class B coverage. All right, Preus ready to start game 2. We have 5 games here. The bowlers each get 2 points for winning a string. 4 points for winning total. Preus is on the head pin and leaves the 3-10 split. No wood to help. Plays him inside and goes through the hole and does not get a spare. Gets a chance to shoot at it again with his third ball. And that's a $9. So Preus starts out with 9 in game 2. Again, each bowler gets 2 points for every game that they win, and 4 points are awarded to the bowler with the highest total score, so 14 points total are possible. James got a 116. All right, Preus with the first strike of the game. Our first strike of the day in this match. Ryan Preus, a little slow falling 4-pin, I believe it was, but it went. So waiting on a reset here. And there it comes. And Preus on a 2-ball fill now. All right, first ball is on the 2-pin, just takes out 3. Ryan in the B South Division is in Group 2, Division 2. Preus, a nice fill, 8 in a fill. He's at 27 for 2. He still has the 8 and the 10 pin. There's an angled wood there. He might try to go for the whole thing here. He's going to do it, but he just picks up the 8 for a $9. 36 through 3, just like he had in the last game. So Preus is in B South Division 2 with Duncan McDougall, Mike Capone, and Dave Edison. And Ryan currently is in second place, just a little bit behind Duncan. Box 4, game 2, and Preus on the 2-pin again. And he leaves a 4 horseman right plus the 5 and 9. So obviously needs a pocket shot to do it. He's in there. A little too much head pin, leaves the 6-10. So James, on the other hand, is in Division 4 of this group with Don Devish, Joe Corbett, and Jerry Amaralt, and he's in second place too in his group. Both bowlers having a winning season so far. And that's an $8, 44 through 4 for Ryan Preus. All right, love to hear from some more of you in our party room here. This is your chance to tell me what you want to tell me. because you don't get a chance to in the recording on YouTube. All right, Preus in the pocket. Nice ball. Spare lead, the 4-7. Wood over there on the right. Not going to help too much unless he catches the cap just right. He's going to go straight for the 4-7. And misses. Goes a little too far left. And he will be open in box 5. With just one mark in this first half of game 2. And that's a 9-box. Preus sits down with 53. So not as hot a half as he had in the first half last time where he put up a 71. So game 1 went to Ryan 120 to 116, and here comes James O'Brien. Both bowlers bowl out of Ryan's here. James in the left pocket. Is he going to get a strike? Nope. Nice ball on the Brooklyn side there. When a 1-2, he's left the 3-pin only. Nice 9 drop. Spare opportunity if he can catch a single, and he's all over it. Spare in the first for O'Brien. Nice pick of that single pin. They look tiny when they're down there. So he's got an early lead in game 2. Dave Peterson, like seeing you, but like hearing your voice better. All right, O'Brien in that 1-2 pocket again. The opposite side for a right-handed bowler puts 5 in the fill, 15 in the first box. And he's got a whole cluster over there. He's in there, and the 9-pin defies being hit. I'll give him a head pin on that first ball. So keep it close. And misses a single for a 9-box, 24 in the second box. Preus now has a 3-pin lead in this string in completed boxes. So stay tuned, gang. This is going to be a close match all the way through, I bet. Both bowlers are very strong, throwing 30-mile-an-hour balls. O'Brien on the 3-pin. Leaves a 1, 2, 7, 9, 10. 2 pieces of wood down there. Be one between the 1 and 2, but more to the 1. Daryl Goodwin, hey buddy. Oh man, O'Brien almost took the 10 off the wall into the 9, but it does not take out the 9-pin. So cleaned up a bunch that time, but will be open, and he's got the 10. 34 through 3. It's a 2-pin game in completed boxes right now. And we're going into box 4 of game 2. James O'Brien, our home bowler, up. And first ball, solid head pin hit, a little full. And James is fun to watch bowling. He gets very animated up there. He'll let the pins know when he's not happy with them. And he's not happy that time. He's a little full on the head pin, leaves the 6, 7, 8, 10. Going for the side of the wood, and good idea, but it didn't work. So still has the 8, 6, 10, and that'll be a 7-box. You don't want that. 41 through 4. He's down 3 pins and completed, but he can come back with a mark. We left the first game with just a 4-pin advantage in total score for Ryan Preus. O'Brien looking for that mark. Hits the 2-pin. And he takes down 8, gets a break. Still has the head pin and the 9 up there with wood in between. That can go. He's on it, and he gets it. Spare in the 5th for O'Brien. And he sits down with 51 in the ball. Ryan Preus coming up, and he's at 53 right now. So James has a good opportunity to come back and take the lead at the half. So starting in box 6 of game 2, here comes Ryan Preus over on lane 22. Alternating lanes, as you know. And Ryan lets that one get away from him. Puts it in the channel by the 10-pin. Good morning, Nico. Nico, I didn't know I was streaming today until yesterday. So I should post those, but it was kind of both late scheduled. So Preus with a good second ball in the pocket. 7-10 split still. So we had a 9:30 and a 12, and then I'm done for the day. 7-10 split for a 10, and it'll be a 9. A respectable $9. 62 through 6. Got some birthday party bowlers right next to us, and somebody just got a good shot. So Ryan Preus coming into box 7. There's the head pin. Nice ball, leaves the triangle. And that's a 6, 9, 10 triangle on the right side. I don't like that wood very much. It's really pointing right at Ryan. He's going to try for it, and he gets it. He played the 6-9 pocket, and he got it to come off the wall and put the spare on. So nice shot by Ryan there. That was not easy with that wood. So he's a 72 and a ball in box 7. And here's the fill. On a 2-pin, but catches a break. 7 in the fill. 79 through 7. And a spare leave. He's got the 1-6 or 1-3-6 down there, and all in a row. Here we go. And he walks out the middle pin in that. All right, and for the 10, and he gets it. Nice shot on the 1-6. 89 through 8. So he's down from his last game. But still bowling fairly well here. Remember, Ryan has a 106.4 average. He put up a 120 in his first string. First ball in the 9th in the 1-2 pocket. And gives himself a mini split here, the 3-5-10. No wood to help. I'm thinking he wants to probably play. He's got to hit the 3-pin. Either side of it might work. And through the hole. He was trying to play inside of the 3 and the 10. But didn't connect with anything, so will be open in the 9th. And that's a 7 box. So he'll have to go to the 10th to get over 100. He's at 96 right now. So needs a 10 to make his average. Really a spare. But the door's open for James here. A little bit. All right, first ball in the 10th. Nice in the pocket shot. And that's an ugly reward. A 4-6 split, 2 pieces of wood involved, one in front of the 6-pin, one behind the 4-pin. I'd probably want to shoot to the right of the 6. I don't know. He's going right at the 6 and gets that, comes off the wall but does not carry the 4. So Ryan will be open in the 10th box. He's at 105 now, picks up the spin. He's at 106. And that'll be a 105 game with that 9 box. Ryan Preus at 105 in the second string and 225 through 2. All right, James O'Brien coming up, our home bowler. He's on a fill. He's a 51 plus this ball. And catches a 2-pin, misses a head pin, puts just 4 up. So closes the first half with 55. So he's taken a lead over, 2-pin lead over Ryan, incompleted. Excuse me. And he's open in the 6th with a 110 still left. Wood behind the 1 might help that shot go. And it does. He actually takes the ball off the wall for a 10 box. 65 through 6 for O'Brien. So an early lead, or a lead in the 6, but he's up against the 17 box. All right, box 7, James O'Brien coming up, 109 average. In the pocket nicely, and there they go.
Good strike.
Strike in the 7th by O'Brien with this, the 3-10, the last to go. I think might have been 6. I'm pretty sure it's a 3. So that's a 75, matching Ryan's mark in the 7th. And our first ball on the fill, going for a double, misses a head pin. Caleri left. 1, 2, 4, 7, and 9. So 5 in the first ball. And will he get it? Not quite. 9 fill on the strike. Almost picked it up. 84 through 7. With 1 pin left for a 10. Nope, $9. 93 through 8. So he needs just 12 pins to tie, 13 to win in the next 2 boxes. O'Brien, box 9, in that pocket again. Got robbed of a strike by a pin that fell the wrong way, but that's 8 in the first ball. And he's got the 2-8 up there with wood in between. And they are gone. Spare in the 9th for O'Brien. That puts him at 103 in a ball. So we're going to see a lead change here. On the fill, 103 plus 4 more. That'll win the string, but it's a spread eagle. 107 at 9. And James has the 2 points for winning game 2, but we got to finish out this box, and this is a spread eagle, which we all hate getting. 3 and 3. He picks off, almost gets a left 3, but he picks off the 4 and 7 only. Still has the right 3 to go. And he picks off 2 of those, an 8 box. And O'Brien with a 115. Very consistent here. He had a 116 in his first string. And for total, it's 231 to 225 in favor of James O'Brien right now. The lead is switched, but it's only 6 pins. So when you have 2 evenly matched bowlers like this, they can switch back and forth easily. All right, going to start the middle game now. Ryan Preus. Each bowler has 2 points. And Preus starts off game 3, just out of the pocket. Some late falling pins there. So Ryan has an interesting lead here because he's got a head pin with Woods aiming at the 10 and a triangle on the left. He hits that head pin right. He's got a good shot at this. Now he hit the wrong side, but he did catch something here. Everything but the 4-8. And that'll be an 8 box. So Preus starts out with an 8. He had a pretty good hit on that spare bed. All right, looking to hear from some of you guys. We've got a good match going here, pretty even. 2 points each, and a 6-pin difference in total. We're on game 3. Ryan Preus in box 2 catches the 2-pin and only takes out 4. No, 3 actually. He's going on a cluster and catches just the 8 pins. So now he still has 6 pins up. So it needs to clean these up. Going over to the 3 pin should help. And that's what he's doing. And that's an 8 box. The 1-5 are still up, so 16 through 2 for Ryan Preus. And going into box 3 of game 3. Preus at 16. All right, first ball got away from him there a little bit, but not bad. Leaves the 1-8, wood in between. That's a cool spare when you make it. Gets that head pin, it goes, and he's got the spare in the 3rd. Nice shot by Ryan. Picks up the 1-8. Played the right side of the head pin. That drove the wood over to the 8 pin. And he is on the fill with 26 and a ball in the 3rd box. This is box 4. First ball is a fill. And catches a head pin light, but not bad. Gets some great luck there and puts 9 in the fill. And he's at 35 through 2. He's got himself another spare lead, but Watch out, that wood's not at a great angle. He's got to cap it just right, but I don't know what's going to happen. It could go anywhere. He gets it. 2 in a row. Nice shot by Ryan on the cap of that double wood. All right, so Preus now is at 45 and a ball in box 4 of game 3. And this will be a fill. Again on a 2-pin, leaves a Colery, 5 in the fill, 50 through 4. And that's the 4 horseman right plus the 8-pin. All right, Ryan goes wide, so he'll be open in box 5. Put up a 71 in his first game in the first half, and picks these up. He has a 60. And that's an 8 box. So Ryan Preus sits down with 58 at the half. Not bad at all. With I think I missed the head pin marks there. So I know he had at least one. I'll give him that one. No, there's no splits marked up there, so no splits. All right. I missed a head pin somewhere. All right, James O'Brien coming up. He leads the match right now by 6 pins. Drops 8, leaves the 1-9 and wood in between. Then we'll look forward to seeing that. And can't get the his to go. So nice try. Leaves the 9-pin standing alone. And he's all over it. And that's a 10 box for James O'Brien. Isn't that cool? All right, O'Brien, box 2. He's 10 through 1. He's in the pocket. Put that in the 1-3. And he leaves a 2-5, it looks like. Yeah, it's not the 4, it's a 2. All right, that wood could be an obstacle for him, I think. I'm not sure how he's going to get this, because I think that 2 is going to deflect. And he went light on the pin, trying to kick the pin only over, but no mark for him. And he's got the 5 with a roadblock in front of it, going to the right side, and that's what I thought would happen. 19 for O'Brien through 2 boxes, but now he's up against 2 marks that Preus put up. A 19 box and a 15 box, so he's going to need to mark. Catch up. That one goes wide to the 4-pin, just takes out 2. Sells 8 up there. Needs to put that in the 1-3 pocket, throw a strike ball to get a spare here. He's in there, full, and leaves this 6-10. A little too much head pin on that. So he's open, he'll fall behind in this turn. And that's 9 bucks. James O'Brien at 28 through 3. Ryan's got a 7-pin lead in the completed boxes in this game. Now James is up against another spare. Ryan put up a spare 5. And James off the head pin. Put it on a 3, leaves a 4 horseman left. 1, 2, 4, 7. Okay, just plucks out 1, so James is open in this 4th. He's going to have to play catch up here. All right, nice out with a 9, 37 through 4. And that gives Ryan a 13-pin lead in completed boxes. I bet James would like to put up something big right here. This is a good spot for a strike for him. And he won't have one unless it comes back door. He's on a 3-pin, leaves the 1-9. He gets another shot at this. He had a shot in an earlier box, and that was in the 2nd box. Good to see some live viewers on here, on a live show. He's on a head pin and can't carry the 9 again. Well, maybe. There it goes. There it is. Late spare for O'Brien. He deserved that one, that's for sure. So he sits down at 47 in the ball, and that gives him a good catch-up opportunity here, because Ryan Preus is coming up in lane 22, and he's at 58 at the halfway point. We're halfway done with this match. 2.5 more games to go. So starting the second half of Game 3, visiting bowler Ryan Preus, 106.4 average. We are tied at 2 points each for these bowlers, and after 2 games, we're a 6-pin difference. So anybody's match right now. Ryan coming up, first ball is a half Worcester right, punches out the 3-9. We all hate that leave, but we love making the spare when it goes on this. Oh, nice try. Trying to take out that 5, avoid the castle. And everything but the 10 pin went. Nice try by Ryan. Shooting at the 10 alone, 4 at 10, and unbelievably, that got deflected by the wood. It looked like a gimme shot. And that puts him at 67 through 6. Box 7 for Preus. Almost punched out again, but they got a little bit of luck there. Took out everything but the 4 horsemen right, plus the 6-10. So that's 4 pins out, really. It says 5. Okay, trying to play the 1-3 pocket, doesn't work. So 3 left. The 1-4-7 are still standing. Interesting to see if he goes for the safety shot of just the 4-7 or goes for all of it. He's going to the safety and picks up the 7. 8 bucks, 75 through 7 for Ryan Preus. Ryan Preus is playing on my team now on Wednesday nights with Dave Edison, and Cheryl is on there too, subbing for me since I can't bowl currently. And Ryan's had a pretty good year there. He recently put up a 6-16, which is his personal high. So Preus with a 4-10 split. Ooh, some wood over there. I think it's not at a great angle. He's got to play the wall. It's going to the right side. And that takes the 4 pin, but leaves the 10. Nice try by Ryan.
Keep going. Get that other one now. It's there.
And a 9 bucks. So Preus is at 84 through 8. Definitely wants to see a mark here because James has been pretty consistent at 116 and 115. And a couple marks, he's going to be right back there again. First ball on that 3 pin again. And he takes out just the 3, 9, and 5. Got to get on that head pin. Plays the inside. Nice try. Will be open in the 9th. Still has a 2-10 split. And a 9 bucks for 93 through 9. Up on the wall here by these lanes, we have a couple of records. 2023, where Pete Crawford put up a 227 game. Came close to tying the world record. Nice ball by Preus. Can that 10 pin carry? Does not. As a 10 pin. And so there's now signs noting that game, as well as a game by Jenny Rowe, which set the new women's world record. It's going, and he misses it. Needed to cap it. Small target. So Preus open in the 10th box. And that's the 9 bucks. So Ryan Preus with a 102 added to his 120. $120, $105, and $102. So O'Brien's got an opportunity here to pick up another couple points. He's at 47 through 5 plus this ball. There he is on the fill, and he lets that one get away from him. And a 1 fill, so he's at 48 at the half, down 10 pins and completed. Not what he wanted to do. So now he's got a 9-pin rack down there, trying to put in a 1-3. He leaves 4 pins. So an open box and a 6. He had an opportunity to almost catch up with Ryan there, but he'll take a nice 10 off of that, 58. And that was a 1-2-4-10 split, and he picks it up nice. 4 at 10, 58 through 6. He's down 9 pins and completed. Ryan went markless in the second half here, so 40 pin. He needs a mark. 1 mark, and James can take this string. And he's again on the 3-pin. Late falling pins. The 4-pin off mark, wobbling. Sounds good, Ben. I'm glad that you're sticking with us. This is a fun match. And a great announcer, right? All right, so James has the 1-2-4-10 split for a spare attempt. And puts it in the goal for an open box. One more ball. Wasn't sure if he had a second ball or another one, and Ryan gave him free advice that he had another ball to go. And picks it up again. He's got those 10s down with some really difficult leaves. And it is 68 through the 7th box, up against Ryan's 75 in his 7th box. So 7 pins. O'Brien finally catches a head pin, and look at that, another split. Two, 4, 7, and 6. And through the hole again. He's that 3rd ball, he's picking it up, but he needs a good 2nd ball here. James throws a powerful ball at 32 miles an hour, and that is a 6 box. 74 in the 8th, and Ryan's got a 10-pin advantage now in completed boxes. James looking for a mark, maybe 2 now. And he's dropping his ball a little bit, so it's not carrying. So 4 horsemen plus an 8. That's a spare lead. It's possible. He's got to get that ball out there. That's better, but too far to the left, so another open box. Still looking at the 1-2-7-8 for a 10. And he does. Ryan called that, said he looked at that ball and he has it. Nice 10 by James, 84 through 9. And he needs a spare 8 to tie, spare 9 to win. Good ball. It's going to have to be a good one. That's a 7-10 split. He's yelling at the pins. He's got some wood that may be helpful here. I don't know. I think his only bid is just throw it at the middle of that middle wood, which is where he's going, and he gets a spare. Nice shot by James, a 7-10 split. Perfect shot. Right on that. All right, so he's at 94. He needs 8 to tie, 9 to win. First ball, and 7. 101 for O'Brien, so a low-scoring game, but that gives another 2 points to Ryan Preus with a 1-pin victory, and for totals, 332, 327. O'Brien still has total going for him, 332 to 327. He's up 5 pins in total. So we got a barn burner here, guys, with this match. 1-pin game. That right now. And Preus starts off game 4, the penultimate game of this match, with a Caleri left. 4 horsemen plus 9. Going for the spare. He's just off the head pin. All right, so 4 still up. Still has a 1, 4, 7, and 9. He's taking his time. He's going for the 10 and gets a 7. So Preus starts out with a 7 box. He's leading 4 points to 2 right now in point totals. But he's down by 5 pins on total so far through 3 strings. Well, Bryant averaging a little over 110 through his 3. And Preus averaging 109 through 3. And that will be another open box for Preus. The triangles are tough. They look easy, but they're actually not too easy at all. James is pumping himself up behind us. And Preus deserved a 10 box on that. He got a 9, so 16 through 2 for Ryan Preus. All right, we're coming into box 3 of game 4. Preus, 2 open boxes, 16 through 2. That's in the pocket. Nice 9 drop. Just a 7 pin left, 1 pin to shoot at. Got to ride the rail, or he's going to probably go across. I watch Ryan bowl a lot. He goes across and just misses. Got to keep it out of the channel, and sometimes that makes you play a little too far away from the channel and see if you can get it on the 3rd ball. And he does. It's a nice 10 box, 26 through 3. We always regret those single pins that don't go. It's a bigger target than it looks like. Trey Fournier, good to see you again. All right, Preus coming into box 4, game 4. Off the head pin, but gets a break, a big break. So we'll call that a Millis 9. Took out everything but the head pin, just one to shoot at. So one he should have hit the first ball, but he gets to the second ball, and Ryan is all over that. Spare in the 4th. He's had a spare in 3 out of 4 4th boxes. So he's now at 36 plus a ball. See what he can do. Off the head pin, gets no late falling 9 pin, so 5 in the fill. 41 through 4. Cleary left. Wood in front of that 9 pin could be helpful. And just misses a head pin, not by much. I don't think he could have fit a piece of paper there, but looking at just the head pin. But it puts him over 50 anyway. And Ryan catches the head pin last again for 51 at the half. So a couple of opportunities, but still over par. Now James O'Brien coming up. J.O.B. we call him. And he's starting game 4. And he let that one go too far across the lane into the 4-7. And just clips the 2 pin. Now he's got a bunch up there. He still has 7 pins standing. Wants to clean those up. Got to put something in the middle of that pile. Goes too far to the right and picks off 1. And oh my goodness, just a 4 box. I always feel if I'm going to have a 4 box, get it over with. So, nobody likes those. There we go. That's a much better ball by James. Takes out everything but the 7 pin. Nice head pin hit. Looked like a strike from here. 1 to shoot at. One of those corner pins. Those are always the hardest. And he finds the 7 pin tough to make too. So, open box in a second. And catches it on the third ball. It's always easier to make it on the third. 14 through 2. All right, so James coming into box 3. Needs a mark to make up that 4. And the first ball is in the left pocket. A little light. And he gets 7 down and leaves the 3-5-10 split. Well, he got the 5 and the 10 with the wood. Leaves the 3. And that'll be a 10 box for James. 24. Only down 2 pins right now, but he's up against a spare 5 in the 4th that Ryan put up. And we're going into box 4 of game 4. O'Brien off the head pin. Yelling at the pins again. But I like that wood. I think that may help him. It's a little steep. But he's got a cluster of 5 down there. The 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. He's on the wood. And he gets it. Nice spare by James. Matching Ryan's 4th box spare. And he knows he needed that. So he's at 34 in a ball. 7 pins and it ties. Nice ball. And it's tied. That's 7 pin fill for 41 through 4. And he has a 5, 9, 10. I think if he plays the right side of the 5, he's got a shot. He's playing the wood. Doesn't work. So he's at 50. Pick up this pin. We have a tied half. In the event of a tie of a string, so he does not. That's a 9. 50. So Ryan leads 51 to 50 at the halfway point of game 3 or game 4. I'm sorry. In the event of a tied string, each bowler will be awarded 1 point. If they tie total, they each get 2 for that. We see it happen sometimes. All right, Preus starting second half of game 4 with a hit on the 3 pin. And that leaves him 4 horsemen plus 5. And nice bid on that. He catches the head pin, leaves 3 up still. So still looking at the 2, 4, 7 for a 10. And he's got it. Nicely done. 61 through 6. Ryan's only left 4 pins up so far. So, thanks for joining us on the live broadcast here. We have a real tight one going on right now. sound. I don't have any captions showing. Well, I'm going to keep going here. So a 9 drop by and no spare. All right, so that was a 10 box for 69. No spare. Another 10 by James for 79 through 8. Needs a mark, maybe 2. All right. And that's no spare for them. Lost audio. All right. I don't know what's going on here.
Right here.
All right, going to do a sound check again. All right, that'll give game 4 to Ryan Preus. So he's up 6-2 in pin and points, and a 98 game for James O'Brien. All right.
Nice shot, Logan.
All right, we're coming up on anything. All right, looks like we're on game 5 here. I see captions coming up. All right, checking sound again. Can somebody tell me if they hear me? All right, I'm getting captions now, so that means my microphone is working. They're a little slow coming up, though. And Preus starts off with a 10 box in game 5. All right, turned up volume a little bit on the system here. Preus with a head pin hit. All right, if anybody hears me out there, I'd love to hear it. All right, Preus with that mini rack down there. All right, good. Thank you, Ben. I don't know what happened here, but I can't tell. I mean, the only way I can tell that I have audio here is if I see my captions come up, because we have closed captions on this. So Preus with a second 10 box in Game 5, the last game of this match, and he currently leads 6 points to 2, and he's picked up the lead on total. It's flipped back to Preus, 438 to 430 through 4 strings. All right, Preus, have a spread eagle. And everybody who watches me knows that I call that getting the bird. And some bowlers give it the bird. Preus trying to, oh, what a bid. Nice trying to kick that 2-pin over in between the middle of the other side. Didn't go, but nothing to be ashamed of there. That was a good try. Spread eagles are so frustrating. Still has a 310, takes out the 3, and a 9 box 29 through 3. All right, still iffy on the captions here. And we're coming into box 4. A hit on the 3-pin. 4 horsemen left, plus a 10. Oh, nice try. Ryan just off the head pin. Leaves a 110. And he almost gets it. 9 box. 38 through 4. And we're coming into box 5. Ryan doesn't have any marks yet. Needs one here. Wow, that was interesting. He definitely hit the head pin on that. Pins came off opposite sides, met in the middle, and did not take anything else out. Goes for the 3, and just picks off 2 of them. All right, I see captions now. You guys must be able to hear me. And Preus going over there. That will not count. That's an 7 box. So a 45 half for Preus in Game 5. So doors open for James to come back. It's only an 8-pin difference on total in 4 completed strings. So a 9-pin victory by James will take total. And if Ryan wins this game, he'll have a 12-2 victory. So it could go any way. Could be 6-8. It all depends. So James is coming up to start his last game here. And he's over on the 4-pin. Takes out 3, the back triangle. Or leaves what I call the double line. That's a makeable spare. Put in the 1-3, he's there, and he gets it. I told you. Told you could make that. And he's on the fill in box 2. And that's 6 in the fill, 16. And a 3-1 split, and James put it through the hole. So hopefully somebody will tell me if the audio is still good, because I'm not seeing captions. And that will be a 9 box for James, 25 through 2 in the 5th game. Takes an early lead in the string. 3 more to go in the first half, and then we'll be wrapping it up in the second half. James off the 2-pin. And that's a 4-1. Oh, just misses. Trying to play the inside of the 1-7. Doesn't go. Doesn't miss by much. And a 7. 32. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. I'm operating in the blind here, and usually my only way to tell what my audio is if I see the captions posting. And they're not posting right now, so. All right, James on the 2-pin leaves a 3-2 split. That's one reason I like having a lot of dialogue in the chat room. Oh, nice bid by James, who leaves the head pin up. So an open box in box 4. And he was up against, well, he's got a lead right now. And that's a 10 box. 42 through 4. He's up 4 pins over Ryan in the 4th box. And box 5. In game 5, O'Brien. Solid a head pin hit. Leaves the 5 on the right hand side. 4 horse, or the 3 horsemen plus the 5 at 9. And that will be an open box. Still 3 pins up. And an 8 box. Okay, restarted the microphone. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Oh, no, that fails.
O'Brien with a head pin split. And James with an open box with a 9. 59. Okay, he does not need a mark to win this string, but he does need a mark to win total. Thank you, Ben. All right, so we've isolated the problem. It's something in the USB port here on the microphone, possibly. It was working perfectly this morning, so James needing a mark for total and does not get the mark on that one. And we're going to come down to the wire on this match here. That's a 10. See, so I can tell which of you guys mute me, because you guys are the ones that say or don't say you can't hear me because you got me muted. I know, I know how it goes. O'Brien, a 68 to 62 in the 7th box. Preus with that clutch strike in the 10th. O'Brien drops 7. Sideways triangle, 2, 5, and 8. Gets it. Big spare for James. Gives him a shot. So he's a 70, 78. And he puts it's like 7 in the fill for an 85 in the 8th box. Nice bid on that. 2 pins left. He has to win by 9 to take total. Likely to take the string, but total's really in question. And that's a 9 box. 94. So he needs 5 pins to win the string. He needs a spare to take total. And that's a half Worcester left. That does not help his cause. So he's going to must make here if he wants to take total. He's in there. Great bid on that. And it's coming down to this last box here. He's got the string. With that 7, 101 to 98. James O'Brien takes 2 more points. 531. And Ryan Preus will take total in a nail biter of a match here. And the Preus with 10 and O'Brien with 4 points. And what a match. If you guys can still hear me, we'll recap here real quick. Game 1 went to Ryan Preus, 120 to 116. Game 2 went to James O'Brien, 115 to 105. Game 3 to Preus, 102 to 101. Game 4 to Preus, 111 to 98. And James O'Brien came back to win 101 to 98 in Game 5, but just missed catching him with total. So Ryan Preus wins total 536 to 531 and takes 10 points. O'Brien takes 4. Thanks for joining us today. Sorry for the audio issues. This is Dan Castle. We're here at Ryan's Family Amusements with the Atlanta Candlepin Singles Tour. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you all on the lanes.